Hey you guys, Desmond here,
And LaCresha.
and welcome back to the channel.
Woo!
And today we are here to discuss the grand finale of Drag Race Down Under Season 4. But before we get into it, I want to remind everyone to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We have a goal of reaching 1,000 subscribers, and we'll love to reach that as soon as possible. So make our wish come true.
Because all we want for Christmas is your subscription.
Please. And we love you forever, okay? So, I have a few questions for you. The same questions before we got into the review for España. A. What did you think of the finale of Drag Race Down Under Season 4?
It was good till the end.
Overall, I thought it was a good finale.
It's been a good season.
That was my next question. There was a major improvement this season. And I'm like, wow, did it take Rue leaving for us to get that? And I guess so, because, you know, there's been times on the show where Rue didn't really get the Australian humor, but Michelle did. Or Michelle would go along with Rue because Rue said, you know, Rue didn't get it, so Michelle's like, yeah, it was bad. But yeah, I really thought this is probably, dare I say, my favorite season of Down Under. I think I would say that.
Second favorite.
So, yeah, I'm torn between this season and season 2 because, you know, mother.
Another.
But yeah, like 2 and 4 are up there for me.
2 and 4 are up there for me too.
Then it's 3, and then it's 1. Poor season 1. That's all I can say about season 1. But yeah,
Except for Anita Wigglet.
But honestly, I truly blame the whole Scarlett Adams of it all. I feel like if RuPaul would have handled that situation with her, would it come into light of her blackface doing? I felt like if RuPaul would have handled that situation better and they wouldn't have cut the untucked from that episode, because apparently, etc., let her have it for doing blackface. I'm like, you better. Oh, y'all should have aired it. Aired it. But, you know, I truly felt like RuPaul wanted to crown Scarlett, but because of everything that happened, they went with who I thought was the winner from fucking episode 2, Ketamine. Ketamine. But yeah, I'm excited. There's not a season 5 announcement yet, so we might not get one next year because, like I said in the last review, they typically shoot it early year, like between March and February, because sometimes they'll do UK first, then go do Down Under, or they'll do Down Under, then go do UK. But there hasn't been a season 5 announcement yet, so maybe we won't get one next year. Oh, that'd be kind of sad. Or if they do, it's going to be a quick turnaround. Like, we got to cast, we got to shoot, so that it can be ready by this time next year.
Right.
We don't know, but we'll just have to wait and see. Hopefully, do you think Down Under should get a 5th season?
I mean, you gotta give Michelle, like, a fair chance. I mean, because that might be the only other reason why they wouldn't bring it back. It's just like, oh, well, Rue wasn't there, so we didn't get as much, you know, viewership or engagement.
Honestly, if there's a 5th season, if Michelle is still the host, I want it to be her decision. I don't want it to be the judge's decision. I want Michelle to say, I've made my decision.
Right.
I feel like Michelle has earned that from being part of the show since season 3. Season 3 of US. Yeah, she was initially supposed to be there for season 1 of US, but her homophobic radio boss wouldn't give her the time off to go do the show. So that's where Meryl came in, and she did the first 2 seasons, and then Michelle was able to finish up her contract and come on over to Drag Race. But yeah, the plan was for her to be there from the jump, but she's been there since season 3. I trust Michelle's opinion more than a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, like, I really wasn't mad at her being able to judge.
And I gotta give her props because she has evolved so much as just a guest. I'm not a guest, a judge, but now a host.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because if you go back and watch some of the early stuff on Drag Race, baby, she used to go in. But now she still goes in, but she does it in a constructive way. She doesn't just
Right.
tell you everything you do is shit. She'll be like, hey,
Yeah.
this isn't good. Here's a way to fix it. Try doing this. There's more of ways to help them progress other than just telling them you're terrible. Let's move on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, if we get a
You're
fifth,
horrible. You should be off the show. Goodbye.
yeah, if we get a fifth season, let Michelle make the decision. All right, so
Let
let's
it
go ahead.
cook, man. Let it cook.
Let it cook. Let's get into this final episode. The queens walk in after Nikita's elimination. They see that she knocked over Freya's chair. They read her message. They wipe it away. They sit down and they are celebrating the fact that they've made the top 4. So we go into the workroom for the next day, and the reunion happened.
Question mark?
I'm like, come on now, y'all could have did kind of like how y'all did for UK versus the world. Have everybody pop up on the main stage real quick. Have a cute little 10-15 minute reunion. Honestly, we could have did that than the sit down conversations. But hey, so they answered some of the questions that the queens left for them. It was a real cute moment. Then Michelle walked in and announced that for the finale, they'll be writing and choreographed. Well, they will be choreographed. So they'll be writing and dancing to the song called The Biggest, written by Leland. I guess Leland's going all around the world now.
Around the world.
They called up Leland like, hey, can you send us one of those Drag Race songs you've already made? Yes.
You know, one of the ones you threw away.
So send it to us real quick. Send us The Biggest. I liked it, that one. Send me that one. So the queens start writing their verses, and they have their sit downs with Rue. Lord, that's how.
Indoctrinated we are.
Yeah. So sit down with Michelle. Now it probably would have been really cool if they could have got Rue to surprise them right here at the end, to have a little chit chat with them. That's who should have been the final guest judge, RuPaul. That would have been a gag.
Part.
Be like, oh, y'all got Rue for the final episode? Okay. Can you imagine Rue sitting in the guest judge spot though? That would be so weird. That would be so weird seeing RuPaul sit over there. So afterwards, they go to the main stage, and season 1 competitor LaCresha is here for the choreography. And I kind of like the way that she approached this choreography. She's like, show me what you would naturally do with your verse, and then let's shape it. Let's make it good from there.
Right? Let's work it out just a little bit.
And let me see what you're going to do. Let me see what you can do.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, I'll be like, okay, let's do this, do that, shake here, shake there, bam. So it is now time for the main stage, and for the final time, what did you think of our hostess with the mostest, Michelle Visage?
I actually like this. Although I think I would have liked it better had it been pants and a boa. For some weird reason, I would have liked pants and a skirt. I thought that the whole time. But look, can't hate because the body is banging for the age that she is, and I wish my body looked like that. It's A.
For me, this is my favorite Michelle look of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is what I was expecting every week from Michelle. Something along this line. What we got was different than what I expected. This is what I was expecting. I'm going to agree with your A because I wish the necklace was a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some costume jewelry. But yeah, like, this is an A. This is gorgeous. I love every piece of this. So this week, for the final judging panel, we have Isis Avis Loren, Reese Nicholson, and our extra special guest judge, Sophie Monk. First of all, love her. Love her. But I'm so used to not having a guest judge for the final episode, and now
Mm-hmm.
it's becoming like a new normal thing, and I'm like, no. Especially in seasons where the judges make the decision.
Right.
So like with Drag Race España, it was okay because they made it very clear. Alyssa's not making any decisions. She's just here to get some critiques for our panel to take into consideration. But yeah, yeah. But she was lovely. So now it's time for the performance of the biggest. Up first, we had Vibe. I'll go first. Bitch ate. Oh, she ate that up. I was like, Vibe! Yeah. Yes, ma'am! Oh, Vibe! Baby, the feathers, this hair on Vibe, I was just like, everything just check, 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 check,
Angeria Paris Van Michaels, check.
check. I loved every piece of this. What did you think of Vibe in this final performance?
Oh, this was a great performance. Like, no notes, none whatsoever.
Just great. Just great. Up next is Lazy Susan.
And she lived up to her name.
I'm
Moving
gonna
on.
let you go first.
I said my piece. She lived up to her name. Moving on. I hated this so much.
And here's the thing, I thought the verse was funny. I'm like, yes, that's Lazy Susan. But what irritated me about this, and maybe I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments, or you let me know right now if you disagree with me. It felt like she didn't try.
She didn't try. She
Like,
didn't.
We've had queens
okay,
come on here that couldn't dance and got to
you're
the finale and still did a little something something. It just it didn't feel like she was trying, and I couldn't have been a lecturer because I would have been like, no, bitch, we're gonna do a little bit more. You're going to try. If not, you're gonna look stupid because of the choreography I'm finna give you.
No, like it ticked me off, especially when she went into the confessional and was like, "The less I have to do, the better." I'm like, first of all, I'm not about to drag you across this floor at all. Why are you the only one who gets to be on the floor, and the rest of us got to sit here and boom cat cat?
And it just, in my mind, and again, maybe I'm wrong, let me know down in the comments, but it felt like she's like, oh, I got 3 wins. I don't have to do anything. I already won this.
That part.
That's how it felt to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said, the
like
verse was hilarious. I was like, I love this verse. But the performance gave very much Karen from Finance from season 1, where she walked this way. Hi! Walk this way. Hey! Verse over. But in this case, she's on the floor. Drag me over here. Wham! I'm done. It's just
like, oh, let me pretend to fall. And I'm gonna spin really quick because that was literally the whole choreography. And the fact that I watched it once and could memorize it was bad. Because it was literally, oh, I fell over. Here's the start of my verse. I'm gonna sit up. I'm gonna spin on my ass really quick. Then I gotta spin on my ass again to get on the right side so that they could drag me 2 feet across the stage. Verse over.
Yeah, I was really disappointed because, she's done so well in the competition. She's done so well. Like, going into this, I knew that she was going to take it. I was hoping Vibe or Mandy would sneak through there and take it. But, like, we knew, at least I did, going into it, that, yeah, this is most likely going to go to Lazy Susan.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like going
I was really hoping it wouldn't.
Kind of going into Spain. I was like, I want Vampire to take it, but just kind of looking how the season went, I think LaCoco's going to take it. But then watching it, I'm like, no, LaCoco deserved that. Did you see what she did?
Earned that.
And it felt like for the final lap of the race, it just felt like she dropped the ball.
Laughed in everybody else's face.
She laughed in everybody's face like, ha, I don't have to do nothing. I already got the crown. Because I guarantee you, me and you, if we were on this show, on that stage, same track record, 3 wins, never been in the bottom. If we would have went up there and did exactly that, we would have been
we
told
would
to
have got
sashay
good
away.
off.
We would not have won the crown.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, I still somewhat agree with her win. I just hate that it ended. Her last race was this. Her last lap.
Right.
I'm sorry. Her last lap was this. It just no. So let's move onwards to Mandy Moves. Hers was probably the funniest.
Mm.
I love the long sausage roll that she brought out. And one thing I really enjoyed in this, because the past few weeks we saw Mandy stumble. But
Right.
tonight she was back, baby.
She was on it.
She was from here and the runway. Like she was like, yeah, I may have. I'm back up. I had my moment. But here I am.
Mm-hmm.
Here I am. And I thought this was a great job. Great job. I was, because I'm very team Mandy. I was hollering crown her from the jump. I really was.
Yeah.
I really was.
You really were.
But now, after watching this full season, the person I think who should have won the crown didn't even have any wins for the season. Yeah. Because I did the math on how I would have judged. She would have had 2 wins if it was with me. So it makes sense for her to win because she did. Matter of fact, let's get to it. Freya Armani, who did the best in this girl group challenge, this final remix challenge.
Yep.
Like, my goodness. Now, I'm not expecting Susan to do the shit that Freya did. Let me clarify that because we know she can't do it.
Right.
But Freya really just shined in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I feel like even if she had 1 win, I feel like this performance alone would have got her the win for the whole season. Honestly, they could have gave it to her. They crowned my baby LaPhillip. Didn't have a single win. Crowned.
Nope.
Remember Electra Bionic from season 1 of Italy? Didn't have, but they played in her face. So I'm not mad that she got that crown because she should have had at least 2 wins. They were playing in her face. Anyway. Same thing with Freya. If she would have won, I'm like, no, because they played in her face twice. So yeah, give her the win. Give her the win. But yeah, she ate. No notes. What did you think of Freya?
Same. No notes. I loved her performance. I thought this was the best performance out of all of them, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. If it was just these 3, this would have been a great finale performance. She kind of put a damper in it. Even in this final pose. Like, look, they're all together, and here she is.
All on her own.
But yeah, so for the final category, we have Crowning Glory, which when she said that, I immediately thought of Princess Diaries 2. When they were having the slumber party, and Raven was like, and that will be your crowning glory. That will be your crowning glory, darling, when you tell your story. Baby, Raven ate that up. And if Raven ain't in Princess Diaries 3, I'ma have a fit, okay? Bring Princess, I forget Raven's name, what princess she was. Bring Queen, whatever of a country she was, bring her in. Even if it's a small cameo. Just small.
Right.
Listen, they got some big shoes to fill with Princess Diaries 3. I'm actually excited because, I'm on and off about reboots. I do love them. I'm on and off about sequels. I do love them. Just sometimes I hear and I'm like, why that one though? Why not this one over here? And this is the one I've been hollering for a while. So, Princess Diaries 3, don't disappoint. Have you seen 1 or 2?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. Just making sure. Because we might have to go see 3.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a date. We already got a date set for November.
Honestly, I wish they're finna release a special edition of This Wicked. And I'm like, ooh, I really want to go again. And this time I can actually sing along.
The sing-along version.
Yes. Yes.
I thought that was just in certain theaters, though.
I know AMC's doing it. And I know
Yeah.
there's several AMC's throughout Texas. But yeah. Yeah.
Which means we would need to find Joe Little Happy Way out here.
But yes, Crown and Glory, final category.
And then on top of that, I remembered I had a pink dress.
Well, that's okay because I didn't have a green shirt, so it worked out great. But yeah, Crown and Glory. Let's get into it. Up first, we have Freya Omani. What did you think of Freya and your score?
Oh, I loved this. This was an A for me. Like, it was that borderline between, like, simple elegance and, like, the Filipino drag that we've come to expect from Filipino queens. Like, it was just that perfect mix for me. I loved the chocolate against her skin. I loved all the little baubles and the peacock feather crown. I loved it. So this gets an A+ for me.
This gets an A+ for me as well. This, honestly, if they wouldn't have played in my sis face and gave her at least one of those 2 wins she deserved, I feel like she would have walked out with the big crown here tonight. She would have to take that one off to put on the good one.
Right?
But I agree, A+. This is gorgeous. Up next, we have Lazy Susan. I thought this was beautiful. She came out in this. I'm like, oh, this is different from Lazy. Then she turned around. I'm like, there it is. There it is. I thought this was good. I thought this was a great finale look for her. I give this an A-. A-. What did you think of this final look?
Hated this. Hated this. I absolutely hated this.
Uh-huh.
I said, you used tablecloth, couch fabric for your dress.
It looked good to me. I just wish it touched the floor. Now that I'm looking, I wish it touched the floor. But anyway, continue.
The seat cushion fabric. I hated it. Oh my god, I thought this was ugly. And then, and to be completely honest, the only thing that saved this from getting it's a no for me dog was literally the tag in the back.
Oh, the tag, I busted out laughing. I'm like, ah! And like the ink that came down the back of the dress, I'm like, yes. So smart.
Like, that is the only thing that saved it for me was the tag in the back. And I was like, oh, okay. I like that part. The rest of it, what the F is this? Or like our dearly departed show on Four-Sided Dive. What the F is up with that? No. Did not like it. It gets a D for me.
Okay. And then we have Mandy Moobs. What did you think of Mandy and her moves?
I loved this so much. I like that when she like moved her hips, it swayed, and I like anything that moves. This gets an A for me.
This gets an A+ for me, baby. I love how they said in the on the judges, oh, she wore the small hair for the evening. I'm like, yeah, just a small one, just a little
hair,
just a little pussycat, just a little pussycat.
Yeah.
When I tell people, when I say I wish the hair was bigger on a lot of outfits, this is what I'm saying. So here is a prime example. When I say I wish somebody's hair was bigger, this is what I'm referring to. This.
Yes. Now we have a point of reference.
If I was ever
now
to
I will say look, Mandy moves.
If I was to ever become a drag queen, a lot of my looks, the amount of space I would need just for wigs, because they will all be that damn big. And I'm already 6'10". So that's gonna bump it up to what, 7'4"?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh shit. All right, so A plus for me. Up next, we have Vibe. I thought this was elegant, a little simple. I was expecting a little bit more from Vibe, but this is beautiful. I would have chose a different hair, kind of like what Mandy had on, but for this,
I like the hair color. I
I
think maybe
don't.
it could have been a little bit bigger.
I wish it was a dark, like you see, it has the dark roots. I wish it was dark altogether, like a brunette, black, something, and big. So for me, this gets a B. It's still beautiful. B for beautiful.
A minus. Favorite look, Freya.
Same. Oh, but after the final critiques and the final Untucked, Michelle announces that unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to Freya Armani.
Yes.
It kind of irritates me because I truly feel like she should have won this season. Now
Mm-hmm.
seeing the full thing, I think the last two challenges she should have won, and I think she should have took the crown here. I don't know what happened when she was in that bottom two, but it flipped something in her head. She was like, "Never again,
Mm.
baby. Let me get together. Let me get it together." But yeah, yeah. So she has to sashay away, and we find out that the top three are going to be the top three, and they're all going to lip sync for the crown by themselves. You know, I hate that individual lip sync.
Mm-hmm.
You know that annoys me to my core. But they do. And they lip sync to Came Here for Love by Sagala. I believe I'm saying that name right.
Mm-hmm.
Side note, added this onto the playlist. I thought this was really cute. Loved it. Oh. What did you think of this final lip sync?
Um, I'm not gonna lie. I thought Mandy Moves had it.
Mm-hmm. I
Vibe was a close second.
I agree. I think Mandy did the best in this lip sync. I do. But you know, Michelle says that line, you know, based on your performance tonight and all season long.
You know, that caveat. Because we know we're getting ready to pull some bullcrap and crown somebody nobody likes.
Well, there are people who like our friend Stephanie. She actually adores Lazy Susan, and she feels a
Yeah.
little opposite of how we feel about her final performance. She actually loved it. Yeah,
I mean,
because we were talking
it could
earlier.
be.
Yeah, we were texting one on one earlier, and she enjoyed it, and I'm like, well, I'm glad somebody did. So
Okay?
there is an audience out there that really think that what she did was great,
Right.
and I'm not gonna ick y'all's yum. It was just for me and mine. For me and mine, we just look at it differently. So after the only lip sync, our reigning queen, Isis Avis Lorraine, comes from behind the judging panel to join us. What do you think of her outfit here?
God bless it. You know, I don't know why it keeps doing this.
Oh, it it took you out. We'll give you a second.
Although I did love the outfit. Like, that white was gorgeous.
The white looks good on her. Looks like it's her special day.
Yes. Other than the black heel. That black heel kind of took me out a little bit. Because, you know, I would notice that.
Oh no, I wasn't gonna say nothing, but I saw it. My eyes seen it.
Mm. But yeah, it's like a little white Tiana moment.
Mm-hmm. And what's your score?
I give it an A.
I agree. I give it an A as well. If the shoes were different, they would have got the A plus.
That part.
So, Michelle then announces that the winner of season 4 is Lazy Susan. honestly, I hate that I feel this way because going into the finale, I'm like, Lazy Susan did great. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
but just seeing how this final performance was, it just didn't give the way it
Do
should
it for
gave.
me.
It shouldn't give it gave. Like Ginger Johnson is a prime example. The finale of season 5 of UK, she can't dance.
Mm-hmm.
She really can't. But guess what? She was out there trying, giving her best,
Mm-hmm.
and she still ended up doing a good job. Was she as great as the others? No, but she still did a good job. And I feel like Susan could have done the
Effort.
same thing if she just was willing to try.
Yes,
And
because
this,
Lazy Susan seemed extremely entitled in this episode, and it ticked me off.
yeah. So for me, she would have been that would have got cut before the final lip sync. I'm like, yes, you've done the best this season, but the way you performed
Based
tonight,
off your attitude this episode.
not even attitude, because I didn't see the entitled like you did, but just from not really giving what you're supposed to get. This is the finale. This is supposed to be the
Mm-hmm.
cherry on top, and you kind of just knocked the bowl over, in my opinion. Now I'm looking at a mess on the floor. I'm like, and you expect to still get a crown?
Mm.
So yeah, if you look at the whole season, yes, Lazy Susan should have won. If you looked at this finale, Google, ain't nobody talking to you. It's the Google in the living room. Not even the Google in my office.
I feel when you say something, and my Google that's in my kitchen starts talking.
I'm like, wait a minute. I have a whole Google literally right here in front of me. But the one in my living room went off. All right, whatever ghost is in there, quit talking to my Google. Better not be Zariah. We gonna have issues. Anyway, but yeah, like if you look at this whole season, it makes sense. If you look on paper, yeah, Lazy Susan won it. It's just
Right.
there's just a little stain on this final episode, and I feel like over time I will get over it.
You'll get over it. You'll be
Because
like, oh my god, Lazy Susan is like the absolute best.
oh
And Mama just look at you like a
no,
crazy.
I'm not sure about all that, but I'll be like, she did great. It kind of reminds me of Jinx Monsoon with All Star 7. Yeah, she should have won. Look how great she did the whole season. It's just that final lip sync and that final, the final Lollapalooza all together was just kind of
Mm-hmm.
like,
Uh,
yeah. I mean, yeah, you won, but yeah,
but you
that final episode just wasn't your best.
won.
It just wasn't your best. But yeah, Lazy Susan is the next winner of Drag Race Down Under. All I know is we better see Vive and Mandy and Freya, because even Freya was like, "This ain't the last you seen of me." I'm like, "Oh,
Get it?
okay."
Versus the world, Canada. I see it.
Global All Stars, I see it. Hell, UK versus the world, I see it. Somebody's All Stars, okay? We got too many of them now. All right, get on
Mm-hmm.
somebody's stage. Honestly, if I was her, I think I would go for Canada. Or maybe even like maybe UK versus the world. See how I would do in front of Rue.
No, I think she should stick with Canada.
Stick with Brooklyn. I will
Stick with
say
Canada.
Canada tends to appreciate the queens more. And
Yes.
I think it's because, Brooklyn's been in the now she hasn't done All Stars, but she's been in the
She's been
situation
in that
before.
hot seat before,
Yeah,
though.
she's been there, so I feel like she approaches her All Stars differently. But
She
yeah.
has a gentler touch.
But Mandy, I feel like she can do, or Mandy and Vive, I feel like they can do a UK. I feel like they can do
They
a
can
global.
do a UK.
Honestly, if they do a Down Under
I
versus
think
the
I
world,
could do a global, honestly.
I would love to see Mandy on a global and Vive on UK versus the world. That's how
I feel the opposite,
you feel
but
the
I see it.
opposite?
Look, that's the whole point of this.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of us doing this.
Yeah.
We're gonna have different opinions. We're gonna agree to disagree.
I'm finna
I
say,
feel
either way,
opposite, but I see it though.
either way, they need to be back on the television.
Definitely.
And like I said, even if somehow we pull off a Down Under versus the world, I better see Vibe or Mandy as the Down Under representatives. But if we do that, we better see Shock, I want to see et cetera, et cetera. Bring Art Simone back. I'm shocked Art Simone ain't came back in some form or
Well, Art Simone had a little bit of stain on season 1.
She did, but it wasn't her fault. That's why I never really blamed her. I blamed Rue because, like, if I was in arts, I would come here too.
The funny thing is, I don't even blame you. I blame Michelle. But that's because I watched the little like
exit interview thing. Yeah, I saw that mess. I saw that mess.
So that's the reason why I blame Michelle for that.
She went back and be like, Rue. Rue.
It was just the first episode, Rue. I think she could give just a little bit more.
Just a little bit.
I mean, because by that time, Michelle was an executive producer.
And, Art went on to do well in the rest of the season. Right. And, to my opinion, she did the best in that finale performance. Just this one line alone, I still quote it all the time. I'm A to the R, let me give you the T. Shower me in shrimp, I'll be your Barbie. Oh, baby, she ate that up. I don't care what nobody says. So, Art Simone, come on back, sis. I'm not sure if they asked you or they haven't asked you or what the T is, but if they ask you, come on back. Come on back. I don't care what it is. UK, Canada, global. Show up on US All-Stars. Honestly, I think Art Simone's that good that they can pull her for a US All-Stars.
You know what? I could see her on a US All-Stars.
I can see it. Kind of like with the Vivian and Jimbo. I can see her being pulled in. Be like, hello.
Hello.
But honey, that's all I got. You got anything you want to add?
I ain't got nothing else.
All right, tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me at Krisha McGill. That's CRESHAMCGILL on all social media.
And you can find me in the club, pocket full of bud, mama. But if I'm not there, you can find me on all social media platforms at Simply Desmond. That's SIMPLYDESMOND. Thank you so much for having a piece of day. Thank you so much for spending a piece of your day with us. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.